All right.
Hey.
All right. All right. Not 11-10, 11-11. Thank you to all our veterans out there, obviously. Something's bigger than sports. Brought to you by DraftKings. Also, happy birthday to my cousin Eddie. I got a text.
Shout out Eddie. Shout out cousin
Eddie. Shout out Eddie. Shout out the veterans too. Like you said.
Brought to you by DraftKings. Every week in the NBA, stars rise, legends are made, and one player rules them all. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is bringing back King of the Court. And now it's every Tuesday of the season. How it works, DraftKings is putting up $1 million in bonus bets each week. Opt in, apply your token, and place a $5 pregame bet on your NBA star you think will dominate each Tuesday. If your pick finishes the night leading the league in points, rebounds, and assists, they're crowned King of the Court, and you will win your share of $1 million in bonus bets. And this season, there's a new way to track the action. The King of the Court leaderboard inside the app. Before tip-off, see the top 10 stars in PRA. While games are live, watch your pick climb the ranks. And when it's over, find out exactly where your star stacked up and if you've been crowned the winner. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL to win a share of $1 million in bonus bets if your player is King of the Court. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. All right, so Monday Night Football last night, a very low-scoring game, sloppy at times, controversial, obviously, with the touch, jumping off the Packer, a little heated in that sense. Not that it got chippy, but coming in, like you said, the Packers are trying to shut down the tush push. The really puzzling decision was the Eagles it was a long field goal. I don't know if you want to set yourself up to get that blocked late and lose, but not punt to me was nuts.
Are you talking about the end of the game?
Yeah.
At the end of the game, you wouldn't punt. You was like no time left. You talking about the very, very end of the game, like when there's like 2 seconds left?
No.
Like when the Eagles could have ran it with 20 seconds left.
Or there was
32 seconds.
There was 20.
There
was 27 left
on the other side. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Of the field. Okay.
Wait, hold on a second.
Were
you asking if I was saying the Packers should punt?
I didn't know what you were talking about. The long field goal at the end of the game. I'm thinking was the long field goal at the end of the game.
The Eagles, it would have been a very long field goal.
No, he was talking about the obvious Eagles.
Yeah,
was crazy.
Eagles, what are they doing?
No, I completely
Or even that.
I completely agree.
I also thought the play call was kind of weird. You didn't need a hammer. You needed what was it? 4th and what?
It was 6 or 8.
Yeah, like you didn't need a bomb. You needed a good chunk, but you didn't need a
no, six. Yeah.
No, they got a 1-on-1 matchup they liked. I mean, I thought they should have just kicked the field goal or just.
I don't know.
I don't hate with no timeouts. Punting at 27 seconds. That's pretty hard for somebody to go back down.
I don't think they would have done the field goal there. They were pretty far out.
I agree too, but could also set you up to the block.
60 yarders.
I would have punted.
The weather was shitty too. The wind. I don't know.
Still, I mean,
I would have punted.
I would have punted.
Yeah, I mean, if they wanted to pin them deep.
Because they had no timeouts.
Correct.
So you punt them down there. It's like all right, that makes it tough. I was shocked they went for it. Shocked.
Also, if it does that weird thing where it takes a bounce in a certain spot, Green Bay might not have been able to field it. You lose a couple seconds that way. On the punt, you obviously lose some seconds in the air. I know throwing it in the air, but I feel like a punt might have taken longer.
There was 27 seconds left after the incompletion. They had 27 seconds to get in field goal range.
Right.
No timeouts.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, they needed like 25 yards.
What I'm saying is it might have been 22. It might have been 20.
What do you mean?
If the ball bounced, it would have been a little bit long, possibly a little bit longer than the incompletion.
Well, it's for the field position.
That's all.
The time,
and the field position too. Yeah, I don't know. Bizarre.
Because that's a spot they were on the 35. So I mean, they really would have needed to just put one high up there and almost have your own guy just field it inside the 10.
What was your take at the end of the game though? Because they were going to kick the field goal, they called a timeout, then they bring out they bring out the offense, but then they end up trying to kick the field goal anyway.
Well, because the Eagles called a timeout.
Right.
I didn't, because he kicked one that didn't count.
Right.
And it was
just short.
It was close. It was close enough that I understand why. He was all right. Now you saw. I understand why he kicked it after that because it was close enough.
But then they brought the offense out. Remember, that was weird.
They did. I think he just got a second chance to think about it, and he was like, you know what, what's a better chance, a Hail Mary?
And they tried that slant pass on the sidelines. Remember, and it went from 6 seconds to 2 seconds. It was a really quick play. They tried to drop it, and then they brought the field goal out.
Well, I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were actually trying to run a play. I think they were let's just make sure this is the last play of the game.
Okay.
I think at least.
All right.
Or if it was there. Like I think
I don't think they were just trying to get a quick 8 yards.
I think his thing was like if it's there, like, but they know obviously like what you're gonna run.
Yeah.
Because you have no timeout. So I think they were basically all right. Like if it's there, put it on him. If it's not, just throw it over his head.
And the second miss obviously just went awry, but
Yeah, I mean,
it's a bad snap.
yeah, it just was. Yeah, it just wasn't. Just was off the foot. It was horrible.
So now coming out of this, the Eagles are the 1 seed. 7-2. Packers fall to 5-3-1, which is so bizarre looking at that schedule because obviously they know it, but that Cowboys tie is just inexcusable.
I mean,
it's
they worry me in the sense when you think about it, like all these, and they wasted one last night, but all these great defensive performances like have really been at home. And the way they're playing, like they're not going to play home play.
Right.
I mean, listen, they still could because they're only like one or really like a half game back.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. So the NFC North is now Detroit.
If they don't win the division, like I don't trust their I don't trust their defense on the road.
What about their offense? Though they scored 20 points the last 2 games combined.
No, that too, of course.
They are, and this isn't not like they faced the Panthers and the Eagles are good, but like these aren't like the greatest. The Panthers aren't the greatest. This is terrible. They look horrible.
Detroit 6-3, Chicago 6-3, Green Bay 5-3-1 now.
Yeah, so
they have the Giants.
So a true 3-horse race. Yeah, I mean.
So they'll beat up on the Giants. The Giants are terrible. And then
Interim coaches are always a jolt, though. You'll see.
That's true.
We'll see how it goes.
That's true.
But Dart now is a big question mark. I mean, that was our.
Well, that's if Dart doesn't play.
Then they have no chance.
Yeah, no chance.
The line should be like 30.
I mean, you saw how different it was. Like watching 2 different sports when Russell Wilson went out.
He can't do anything. He literally just can't do anything.
But no, I think if you're a Packers fan, if you're Hubs right now, like you're not very comfortable.
No, hell no. But again, it's I like obviously the offense is a huge problem. But if they're not going to get home playoff games, like I don't really trust them at all. I also a game like that is weird because like they both just look so sloppy and like they both definitely like obviously like left points off the board.
What did Chicago? I'm sorry. What did Chicago and Chicago and Green Bay do this year though?
They haven't played yet.
That's true. They haven't played twice.
So.
Okay. All right. A lot of games. I want to make sure I remembered. I'm like, it didn't stand out to me. I didn't think they played, but
Bosco, they don't play until week 14.
So they go 14, what, 17?
14 and
17, I bet.
14 and 16.
Wow.
It's
because 17 is a divisional game, right? Didn't they make all 17s divisional games?
Well, it was 18 weeks.
Am I crazy for that? Oh.
Yeah.
That when am I? I'm sorry. Game 17.
Yeah. I was saying this week.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I'm not used to week 18.
I know. No, neither am I.
Also.
But yeah, they faced 2 times in 3 weeks. They faced each other. That'd be pretty wild.
Weird schedule.
Very late in the season too. That's gonna be something else.
Very weird schedule, Kirk. But yeah, Ev, you talked about not making the playoffs. Like, listen.
Well, I think they'll make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to get a home playoff game. I mean, they still could.
It's possible. I mean, we'd have to break
like I said,
down.
They're only a half game.
They're a half game out, so it's like they obviously.
It just feels like they're
we'd
going
have to
the
go
wrong
schedule.
way.
We'd have to go schedule by schedule and break it down.
But they're going the wrong way. It doesn't feel like the same Packers team we saw when the season started.
Packers beat the Lions to open the season, though,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
So have they played Detroit again?
No.
Okay, so yeah, they're in a good spot. I mean, that tie really is.
They'll control their own destiny in a sense. I mean, if they won those 3 games,
They absolutely do. But Jordan Love. They just look bad right now.
I
know they're better than that, but they
that
look
happens in the
bad.
NFL. Good team. Everybody look at the Bill. Like everybody goes into these spells. That's all. Nobody runs as a juggernaut all the way through. I mean, who's a juggernaut right now? Patriots look fantastic. Who the fucking Patriots lose to? The Raiders.
Well, but week
one, but still, you look like
different.
humans.
Week one's a lot different than
very different.
No Christian Gonzalez.
Very granted, but in the course of a season, looking back, yeah, the Patriots shouldn't. They on no planet should they have lost to the Raiders, but that's how it shakes out.
No one's a juggernaut the whole time, but also I don't like when a team's playing this badly currently. Like they're going the wrong way.
Yeah, but I still think it's
plenty of time to turn
weird.
around.
It's getting late, but it's not officially late, if that makes sense. I feel like people are starting to feel their buzz. The bar tabs are running up. People have exchanged numbers, stuff like that. The party's going, but you're not looking at your watch. Oh man, we only got an hour left. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they're in a good spot. We're in a week. What are we in? 10, 11?
It's 11.
It's definitely party's going. It's not super late. It's Thanksgiving is when I think it's like, okay, last call.
What did Yogi Berra say? Gets late early around.
It gets late early. It does. I agree. Yeah.
You're right, Rico.
But no. More so this. They're playing bad now in this stretch I still think they could rattle off a 4 to 5 week stretch of good play to end the season, if that makes sense, going into the playoffs. They still have all that time. It's not like I'm saying, oh, they got time and it's week 14. Be like, what are you talking about? It's week 10, it's week 11. They'll have the slump now. They can turn it back around. We'll see how it goes.
There's 4 teams fighting for 3 wild card spots. Got the Bears, the Packers, the Rams. The Seahawks.
Those teams aren't. I don't even consider them. They're not fighting for.
They're not fighting for anything. No, 49ers.
Like they're in.
They're in.
No. I'm
simply
like
saying
Rams, Seahawks are like they're not fighting.
Sure,
they're fighting for
whatever. Okay, then you have. That's fine. I agree with you. Then we have 3 teams fighting for 2 wild card spots.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. So you get the Bears, Packers, and Niners.
Yes.
So someone's going to be
Lions
left home at the dance.
Yeah. I think it'll be the Bears, but
I think so too.
I think it will be too.
But each week passes by, the more I'm like,
Packers. Yeah, I agree. Right.
The Bears keep. I agree though. If you put a gun in my head, we're all on the same page.
But that's a lazy take to just kind of say the Bears too, because we assume it. But ultimately, I mean, you do.
I don't think it's lazy. It's just
not lazy, but you
like
trust or safe.
Also, the Bears have had a weaker schedule. They barely win these games. I completely understand, but the Bears do keep winning. They've won 6 of the last 7. But that means something.
You trust the people who've been there. That's what you do.
Of course you do.
You know what I mean?
Of course you do.
So you trust the people who've been there.
This game next week for the Bears at Vikings, that's a huge game.
Yeah. So
I like the Vikings in that game.
I know we love playoff football, and every year it's exciting. There's a difference of time. I feel like it's a good jolt too, because you come out of the holidays and it's like, all right, it's fucking January. Like nobody really gets excited about January.
Oh, yeah.
You're trapped in the house with snow and shit like that. But it's actually good. It's like, all right, well, the weekend's great. I don't have to leave the house. It's fucking 6 degrees. I'm locked in. You got college football playoff. You got the NFL playoff and wild card weekends. Like
it's the best.
Good. Like nobody bother me. It's cold out. There's no reason to leave the house. Like good to go. You get excited about that. But with that said, it always feels like sometimes on the wild card, like a team's playing and it's, oh great, Houston again. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got to watch Houston again on wild card weekend. Like, again, there's some teams who, they're in the playoffs, but they got no real shot, and those playoff games don't become spectacular. I know that's like Debbie Downer talk. Flip side for this year, looking at these like, I fucking love these playoffs. I know things can change how it's going, but you look at some of these matchups. Obviously, Indy and Philly get buys. Denver, Jacksonville. Jacksonville's probably going to turn into Kansas City, let's be honest. So let's go. You're talking Denver, Kansas City, New England, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, or Baltimore, more likely Baltimore against the Chargers. That's awesome.
Those are all awesome games.
That's 3 awesome games, Ev. And then on the NFC, you got Seattle, Green Bay, as it stands right now, Detroit, Chicago, or Detroit, San Fran, if San Fran rises up, and then Tampa Bay against the Rams. Tampa Bay against the Rams, I would put as 2 of my favorite Super Bowl teams playing in Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
this is
that's
good.
It's so wide open.
You gotta hope everybody stays. The playoff teams stay really good. No injuries. Like it stays wide open. It's really, really wide open. You're talking about a 1 seed of Indianapolis with Daniel Jones, a 2 seed. Denver of Bo Nix, and a 3 seed of New England, all unproven quarterbacks with a bunch of
I mean, we don't even know if these things are going to hold.
No, but he's
okay.
Just,
agreed. But we could get excited. Like it's all interchangeable. It's all interchangeable. But it's all interchangeable.
And there are some really exciting teams.
So trade out. All right. So what's a bad matchup out of that?
Well, no, but
I was trying to be excited. He's the guy. Like don't badmouth football.
Well, I'm the one. I'm like, what was wrong with the matchups last year? You're sitting there saying, oh, the Texans. You were the one shitting on football. You're like, oh, Texans is horrible. Like that. That's why I was so perplexed. I'm like, the wildcard matchups are always good. Besides, sometimes that 2-7 gets bad because it's like there's such a big team gap where like they get blown out.
Well, that's Saturday 4
but
o'clock.
I'll say that's just like what it. That's just kind of like a product of like the 17 playoff.
Yeah,
you're getting a team that usually
and I'm not shitting on it.
Is now playing a team that would usually get a bye in the old.
Was it last year the Steelers made the playoffs? As well?
2 years ago.
When did the Steelers play Kansas City?
A couple years ago, they got smashed.
Who did Pittsburgh didn't make it last year?
They did not, right?
They got smashed by Buffalo and then Kansas City like back-to-back years in the play.
That's what I'm saying. So
last year, Denver got smashed by Buffalo.
That's what
2-7 is always going to be.
Yeah, I'm not shitting
always,
on it.
but I think more times than not will be a problem.
I'm just saying it always.
This year it might not be though.
It always feels like there's wild card teams that have no shot at the playoffs, and you get excited about it and people can pull upsets. It just doesn't result in super compelling. Interchange really all of these. You got compelling matchups like all the way. That's my point.
The NFC wild card is probably stronger, especially if it holds like Like, especially, I think, if the Packers are at, or not the Packers.
If you give me
the
any
Bears.
combo, get Jacksonville out because I hate them. Any combo of Indy, Denver, Kansas City, New England, Buffalo, Baltimore, and the Chargers, I think you got really, really good games.
think so,
That's
too.
my point, Ev.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
it's
all
really
awesome.
good. I hope they all really play well. Ton of quarterbacks. You got also these stories of like, yeah, Baltimore is going to go win their division, and obviously Lamar was hurt. Like, did they have a fantastic year? I think Baltimore people would say no. So, like, they're almost underachieving. Kansas City this year, underachieving.
Also, Lamar and
got
Josh Allen trying to get there.
Yes, and you got all these unproven guys, like, holding the water back at the gate of the, trying to be like, no, it's my time to jump. Interesting storylines. The NFC is just straight good. Like, that's just good. There's good teams.
See, I like
left
the
and
other.
right.
I guess.
Seattle, Green Bay, Detroit, like Tampa Bay, Rams, like it's all over.
Seahawks
Philly,
even.
every Seahawks, like it's just good. I was being very proactive about it in the terms of like I do think some of the wild card matchups can be not that compelling. Like sometimes it's or there's teams in the playoffs they're like, hey, they're gonna win a Super Bowl, no chance. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple of teams on here I would say, yeah, probably not gonna win a Super Bowl, but it is wide open, man. I don't know.
You want to?
It's wide open.
I'm really excited wild card weekend. That's all I was
The
saying.
NFC, I'm way more excited about because I think the NFC will be the outlier where they have like that 7 team will probably have a decent shot because it's gonna be like the Packers or like the Niners or one of these teams that I'm like, oh, like there definitely could be live. I think my thing is on the AFC side. I think the teams that are sitting pretty like 1 and 2, they're the teams I believe in like the least of the bunch.
Right.
Right, but they have
Like-
home
like
field.
like
that gives
Denver
them
and
it's like
Indy, I don't
handicapping.
believe in at all.
It's like, all right, it's a
I believe in the Chiefs, Patriots way more. I think the Ravens,
Bills.
as long as the Ravens like handle business and get in the dance,
And they will.
like they're far more dangerous.
But they ain't just gonna roll over like Daniel Jones and Bo Nick.
I think they might.
Okay. All right, I'm trying to sell this. I'm trying to sell a fight here. He's just like, nah, lay the 3
No, I guess
I got you. I just.
I don't say roll over. I mean, like, I think there's a world where they have a home playoff game. And
Oh,
they
agreed.
and they just get like beat up. I mean,
Listen, sign
it's
me.
just when I
I'm
look at, like,
taking
Denver-
Kansas. I'm taking Kansas City at Indianapolis. If it's 2-7 or 3-6, 1,000, the whole world will.
I'm not saying
But
like
the good thing about it is like the Colts are still really good,
And it used to be
really good
home.
running back. Jones has won a playoff game before. Like he ain't just gonna be like, oh, okay, I can't win. Like they're gonna go down with a fight. It's gonna be
no team is like, oh, I can't.
I
win.
know. I
No,
agree.
but
Fucking the Jets wake up and they're not like, oh,
I
I
agree.
can't.
I
win.
agree.
Well, maybe
I
they
agree.
should.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Really,
I'm always excited.
compelling
about,
shit.
I'm excited when it's slop versus slop.
But if you're going to get Kansas City Indy, isn't it better if it's in Indy? It just gives them more of a
Yes.
fighting shot.
Yes.
Sure, I guess.
Yes.
Sure. That's
It's a little bit of a handicap.
Yeah.
It's a golf match, and they're getting 3 shots.
Like, I don't know. Like, this is the most wide open NFL season I can ever remember. Now, maybe I'm sure I'm probably forgetting one. Like, I'm old. But I don't ever remember this being this up in the air.
I feel like we say this, but then I mean, maybe just the Chiefs have like thrown a wrench into it the last.
The
like,
Patriots threw a wrench in it
Yeah,
for
Patriots
years
and
too.
Chiefs.
but even the Patriots thing, like they didn't win the Super Bowl for over a decade.
No,
But
but
most of their success was we're talking 25 years ago.
Even then, you still had Indy.
like they won the one. What was it, 2019 or
they
20?
won
Whatever
3.
it
They
was.
won 3. Like
No, but I'm saying they didn't win from literally like 2000, like what 3?
No, they had
4?
like 2 dynasties.
But 2019 they didn't win one, or like something 20 whatever it was, 2018 set whatever it was.
no, they won one in like 13-14 against the Seahawks.
Oh, you're right. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't mix one in there.
Yeah, they did.
But I guess they had that 10-year
They had a
gap,
gap.
and then they did a
But
sprinkle
even
that
then,
one
even
in.
during that gap, you still had Peyton Manning. It wasn't as wide open as it is.
But
right now.
also they did go to 2 in between those. They lost to the Giants also too. So there was a
Also
like
the Eagles too.
after.
it? Yeah.
After.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I'm saying in between that run where they didn't have any. That's all. That's more.
I still
was
think it's
grouping
been
it down.
more-
But there was a clear. All right, well, there's at least
more
a
wide open than last
contender.
year.
Yeah, exactly. And then you
More
run
open
into the
last year.
Chiefs
The
kind of thing.
The Eagles ran roughshod over the NFC last year.
So we'll see. It's just I'm just very, very compelled by it. That's all. I think there's a lot of interchangeable matchups here. I think you got a lot of quarterback play. Guys in second homes, like it's obviously Danny Dimes and Darnold. Trying to think, is there another guy? Even Stafford, so to speak. I know, it's his second home. Obviously, he's Goff in his second home. Like,
You could say Baker.
granted, Baker for sure. Like, yeah, I mean, let's.
Want to have that narrative.
Hammer the
If
story-
Rodgers makes it, yeah, Rodgers.
Hammering the storylines home.
What?
I like the storylines too.
What do you listen? It wasn't that exciting of a Monday Night Football game, Ev. Like, you gotta.
There's a million things going on. We're in like the sports.
I
like,
agree.
heaven of
I
all
agree.
time.
It's just, yeah, but you could still talk about the playoff picture and
course
how it
you
all
can.
shakes out. That's all.
Of course you can. I guess I don't always love because we talk about it's like I'm not a big like let's like look at the schedule and be like because.
Oh yeah.
And I think the seeding right now, I just don't get like too tied up in like the seeding and all that because it all is just going to change so much from now. Like
I think it's more who's at the dance than the seed.
I think we pretty much know. Like I think we pretty much know who's gonna be the playoff. Like in the NFC, we just talked about like I think there's basically one person's gonna not get invited.
Right.
We know the group. There's 8 teams, 7 spots.
Yeah.
We know what it's going to be.
I guess you could say
And
maybe the Panthers like could fight.
See, that's the thing. Like I just don't
Not
believe in
realistic,
them.
right?
No, and I don't want them to.
They're not going to gain ground on like all these teams.
I don't want.
They have to beat out all these teams.
I don't want the Panthers.
I don't
to.
either.
I think it's good that we have a. It's very clear we've played this many games. We have a haves and have-nots. There's the playoff group, and then there's not, and there's no real like. Well, they could kind of like. I feel like the end, the 7 seeds and the 6. You know, everybody's kind of 4 and 5, and there's a lot of slop. Like you got a lot of winning teams. You got the Chiefs on the outside looking in right now. They're elite. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
AFC has some more teams that I think are like fascinating. They're like in the mix category.
Oh yeah.
who's that?
Because even like for
Oh,
example,
Cincy. Yeah.
if they can somehow stay afloat till Burrow, that's fat. That makes it fat. What's their record right now?
3-6.
No, then they're done. They're done. I forgot. I was thinking they were 4 and 5. I heard they blew the game to the Jets. That kind of ruined it. If they had won that Jets game, I think they would have had like a like little sliver of hope.
only thing is,
Yes.
though,
In
even
the
with-
sense that if Burrow could get back and they win like 3 in a row, 4 in a row to end the year, then all of a sudden maybe you have a shot to be like the last wild card.
they had a
And then-
hard time doing that with Burrow, and they still have to place Baltimore twice.
Clemmer, I'm just saying.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
just
that
saying-
would. I
understand-
do think
like,
you need.
like no shit. It's not likely.
I think
No,
it'd
but
be
they're
fun.
so
Yeah.
flawed. Even with Burrow, they're still so flawed.
Agreed, but it'd be very fun to have
the
a
problem.
late charging horse trying to get back in.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Like
Cincy
to
doing
throw a
that would
wrench-
be
no,
fun.
3 and 6, they're toast.
And
Burrow still won't be
yeah.
back for another probably like month.
And I do think it makes sense that it's a quarterback we want to watch.
Exactly.
If it was,
it's like a boxer with a big right hand.
Trying to think.
Like he's got like
it was the
they can go score 50 on you and like win a
Absolutely.
game.
That defense is so bad. It's just like
It's horrible, but they can. But if Flacco, they can go for 40. Like with Burrow, they can go.
I know.
Nuclear.
Right.
And they've like last year they did it and were this close.
Yep.
So like they went out a huge run and beat them. They beat the Broncos in that great like Christmas game or whatever Christmas Eve game that was incredible. And they could, but 3 and 6. And if they were 4 and 5, I would have had a little more.
Yeah. I think
Honestly,
yeah.
the team that I think is fascinating is the Texans because their defense is so good. Like them getting that game, like stealing that game from the Jaguars was fucking massive. They're 4 and 5, and they have one of the best defenses in the league.
What's Indy right now? 8-2, 7-2.
But they don't need Bosco. It's not about winning the division. It's a wild card.
They would probably in the
Stop the division. You're thinking
Okay.
it's not division. Division's done.
Well,
it's wild card.
Yeah, I just threw it out there.
I
I'm
will
just
say
saying
though,
the
they
gap
haven't,
is so
they
big.
haven't played the Colts yet.
So if they,
Haven't played
I
the
mean, they'd have
Colts
to
at
beat
all?
them twice.
At all.
If they beat them twice, then maybe
That's
you could.
possible.
If you beat them twice, sure, but
Still possible.
But it's still a big gap. Like they'd have to win like
Yeah, it's
all their
definitely a
games.
big gap.
Texans have Titans next week. They win that game 5 and 5. And
That's what I'm saying. And their
maybe.
defense is so good that I really believe they could make a run at it if Stroud is able to play.
The Texans have given up over 21 points only twice all year.
And one of them was this last week where it was like a punt return
right,
was
took
one of
the
them and like like a short field,
You know,
like
27 Seahawks. Other than that, they even pitched a shutout one game against the Titans.
and that was at Seattle too. And that
Right.
obviously that offense has been lighting like, and also you remember watching the game like that defense was literally keeping them alive, forcing turnovers and like they're, I mean like Stingley and like Anderson and some of those guys.
Texans are not dead.
That's what I'm saying. They're just like they're a team to put a pin in because their defense is they have an identity in the sense that their defense is so good. You saw them start to get better offense like with Stroud. Then he gets hurt. They're able to steal this win with Mills. Like you never know. They're a team that is dangerous. Again, not a team that I think wins Super Bowl or anything, but just a team that I think could come up out of nowhere and steal a playoff spot.
They still have a pulse.
That's what I'm saying. They could come steal one out of thin air. It's there, and they're well. Ryans I think is a good coach. Like they have some good things going on there. They've just been they've burned a couple early that they really could have used.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's okay to be excited about
And
it.
the Jags too. Like the Jags are still like in the
I
obviously.
lost last week. Really.
That killed that was a swing because they could have basically killed the Texans.
Yes.
And now the Texans now have life and are only one game behind them and beat them. So I think the Jags are in trouble for sure. But they obviously still have life.
The Jags point, though, they haven't played the Titans yet.
Huge. That's
Two
huge.
wins.
They're not dead. They're by no means. They're by no means dead.
They have a pulse.
And they beat. I think the Chiefs are going to go on a run here, but they did beat the Chiefs.
They did.
So that helps.
Does help.
Chiefs still have to play. Wait, am I
They're
correct?
playing Denver this week. That's a huge.
And
That's
the,
a game.
and the Lions,
That's a
right?
must-win for Chiefs.
There's two great
win.
games at 4 o'clock. Them and another one. I can't remember.
Yeah,
right
Chiefs
now.
play the Lions, right? Next week? After the Denver?
No, they played them already.
They did play them already?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
an
so.
idiot. All right,
I
all
think
right. I
so.
knew they had that on the schedule. Wait, did the Chiefs?
I think they beat them.
Chiefs at Broncos. That's gonna be a good game.
Hold on.
I was on the right side of that game. I forget what.
Yeah, Chiefs beat the Lions. Hang on a second. The Chiefs
That's what I'm
had a-
saying. They beat them when they needed it, and they were coming off like a big win.
Yeah, the Chiefs needed that game. Hang on. The Chiefs' schedule was compelling to me. Oh, that's what it is. Colts. I apologize.
Yeah.
It was it was Colts.
Seahawks.
When we read it off the other day, I knew it was 3 in a row. Yeah, it's Colts.
4 o'clock this Sunday. We got Seahawks, Rams, and we got Chiefs, Broncos.
That better deliver compared to last Sunday because holy fucking shit.
Yeah,
I've never seen a 4 o'clock slate get shut down like that fast.
It was awesome.
I think this is.
As a guy who was I was on the Rams as like my biggest bet of the day, and I was on the afternoon Monster Moneyline parlay. I had a blast.
Yeah, no, I
What
agree.
a joyous watch to be on those. The Rams up 21-0 in 2 seconds.
It was nice.
Every game was not even a sweat.
They had video games on the main TV.
It's incredible.
In the first quarter. It's crazy.
Well, also, there's only 3 games on, and they have 7 TVs.
Yeah, but I mean, you would think a game could still stay on the main TV. They had the video games on the main TV in the second quarter.
That's on them.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think the inmates are running the asylum at that point. All right, let's tell you about our friends at Hey Dude. This week's episode is brought to you by Hey Dude. What better way to kick off football season with the official shoe of tailgating? Hey Dude is the only option when you're planning your game day fit. Easy to slip on, laid back style, and all day comfort. They hooked us up with a bunch of new pairs, and we'll be wearing them all weekend long. Hey Dude is offering a special offer to get you ready for the season. Whether you're in the parking lot before the game or locked into Red Zone from the couch, make sure you're ready for football season with Hey Dude. For a limited time, go to heydude.com/Barstool and use code PIX20 to get 20% off the Hey Dude Barstool collection. That's code PIX20 to grab 20% off all our favorite styles. Order yours today and experience comfort all season long. All right, so Nico Harrison is officially fired?
He's gonna be fired. Yeah.
I thought it was 10 a.m. today.
Well, that's when the meeting
Or
started.
I guess they're.
It's still
I'm guessing
hasn't.
here right now is a cardboard box. He's putting his.
Yeah,
belongings.
correct. He's in the mix of getting fired. Is my understanding.
I thought the Mavs, granted, the Mavs, he deserves to be gone for making the trade.
Mavs look horrible this
Obviously.
year.
That's what I was wondering because everything I
3-8.
see, it didn't look like they were.
Davis has been hurt too.
Yeah,
Like,
he's-
that obviously,
That's
that
what
obviously,
it
Davis
is.
played
obviously,
5 games.
obviously does not help.
Right.
Well, they also started. That's what threw me off. They started 3-1.
They did. That's true.
So like that's where, as a guy,
3-8.
popping into the NBA here and there, like, I was like, oh, okay. I would just assume they were.
It's been bad. Cooper
3-1.
Flag is on
I thought
record.
they were okay.
Cooper Flag's on record saying I've never lost like this. I don't know how to handle this kind of thing.
That's accurate. Yeah, I mean
I
that's
don't know what this means to lose like this.
that's accurate.
It's been a disaster season for them. Kyrie's coming back eventually, but in the West, being so stacked is going to be like too little, too late. I don't know. It's a mess.
Right, and it's just a bad trade. It's just a.
I mean, just
they did
the
get Cooper
dumbest-
Flag because of the trade, I guess. in a
Yeah,
way.
which
In
is
an
so
indirect
weird.
way,
So weird though. Like, I mean, that's just lucky that they did that.
Oh, yeah.
The way the lottery,
But I mean, they still could have been in the lottery though. Like Luka, at the time they traded him, Luka wasn't playing.
Yeah,
Like
that's
they easily could have still. If Luka came back, they easily could have still not made even the play-in.
You don't think so?
I'm not saying they couldn't have, but I'm saying it's no guarantee they would have.
Yeah, that's fair, I
It's
guess.
absolutely no guarantee they
They
would
made
have.
the play and they just lost.
Or excuse
to
me,
the
they
Kings.
would have
Right,
made the
that's right.
playoffs.
Meek Phil.
But they were they were like the 10th. They were the 10th team and really had like no.
They had no chance.
Meek was
They had to
stuck,
win
stuck in
twice.
Chicago. You back obviously, and everything went okay this morning.
Is the government back? Or
Well, no, they still got to have another vote in the House, and then the president needs to sign it. But
it's insane. Like people with the most important jobs, some of the most important jobs in the country, just went a month without being paid.
oh yeah, I know.
Like I just
know,
don't understand
I know.
what we're doing. Like
It's very fair. I mean, it's
See,
awful.
Meek, I appreciate
Absolutely.
Meek because I think me and Meek are one and the same in this. Is that we're just sports heads. We don't care about anything else until it affects us personally. Then, like most people probably in America, Like you sit through a 6-hour delay, and then you're like, "What's going on with this fucking shutdown?"
Yeah, no, I don't.
The fuck is this?
I'm on record.
I know me and Meek did not give a fuck
like,
about
these
this.
guys aren't being
besides
paid?
the fact that we're on planes.
Yeah, you have air traffic controllers right now who, for over a month, have not gotten paid. Think about how stressful that job is as it is.
And
I
that's
don't.
like, you could argue it's like a top 5 like important job in the world. Like you're responsible for like so many lives.
You have people, military personnel. There's other people who are not getting paid. Like, it's crazy.
I still don't know what a government shutdown means, though.
Basically, it has to do with funding.
All right.
Imagine if like the spigot gets turned off and you don't get any more money until you come to an agreement to kind of extend that. You have to all work together to make that spigot turn back on
Yeah,
again.
you just can never let this. Whatever. That's where. It
No,
gets.
no more politics talks. I'm back. I had a 7 a.m.
Okay, if you
flight.
say so, Meek.
No, because the chat said Politics Central. You don't want to talk about it, so I just want to listen to them.
Got it.
Okay, I think we're gonna talk about what we want to talk about in the show.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I prefer not to go in.
We didn't go in depth. We're trying to figure out what it is.
I'm not. I know shit. I'm saying. Like,
I don't even know what it is.
I don't think taking 35 seconds.
A-Rod is in the chat saying, "Is this Fox News?"
I appreciate the chat.
I do too.
appreciate
I also, if we want to talk about something, we're going to talk about it.
I understand, but they also, if they don't want us to talk about it, they're gonna be like, "Why are you not talking about football?" And we're talking about a fucking government shutdown.
Literally, the second my plane landed was when Nico Harrison got fired. It was like I finally because there was no Wi-Fi on my flight, and then a second.
Mine didn't have it either. I was pissed on the way back.
Yeah. So yeah, I
was trying to watch the
opened my
game.
phone. It's like, oh, Nico Harrison's gonna be fired in the next 40 minutes. I wonder if he knows about this.
It is wild to fire him. Like they okayed the trade. You know,
Yeah, it
like
was an
like
ownership
he
thing.
did not act on his he didn't just pull the
didn't go
trigger.
rogue.
Ownership was like, "What the fuck did you just do, Nico?" Like they agreed to this.
His
But
prior
who
moves.
was in favor of the trade? That's the thing. Is like when you
If you're the ownership, you can tell him, "Fuck you. You're not trading Luka Doncic."
can, but you got to hire someone to be the GM, and they are a proponent of something that's a bad idea. Then you don't want someone to keep be a proponent of more bad ideas.
But I'm saying that's fair. I guess it's like a cutting your losses thing, which I can understand.
I want to get someone who's going to have more
I
good
think
ideas.
I think Nico's a dipshit, but I also think he is to blame. But ownership should not be like. I think ownership is scapegoating him.
Absolutely.
When it's like you okayed this, like you agreed to this, and now you don't like it anymore.
Absolutely.
But it's your fault just as much as it is his, because it was his dumbass idea, and it was your dumbass that said, "Go ahead, do it. Hit the red button." Like you're dumb. The ownership is dumb.
I mean,
To me, they're just as dumb as him because they allowed it.
I
understand it's
he's
his-
the basketball guy though.
I understand.
Like he's the one bringing this idea to the table and be like, hey, we should do this. You do have to pay the price for that.
This is where like Dave said this forever, and people I think KFC like common sense department.
Yeah.
Got to have that guy that's just like, hey, what are we doing here? You want to trade? Who do you want to trade for? What exactly? Why? Why do you want to do that? Yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Axe. Let's pretend this conversation never happened. Just so you don't make yourself look like an asshole.
Pretty rare in any sports, politics, anything, where 100% of people agree on something and everyone said that was a bad idea.
I would love to be a common.
crazy. We all came together in that moment.
I would love to be a common sense guy because I like to wear my team's hats, but I think I'm a rational guy. And if the Dallas Mavericks hired me, I'd be like, listen, I don't care about the Mavericks, but this is a bad idea. Like, what a horrible idea this is.
They only got 1 first-round pick back. Like, it's like
And a guy who I like in Davis, a future Hall of Famer, is in his mid-30s, injury prone.
I was like, the way
And
around-
granted, he was coming off his more like health. He had a healthy run prior to that. But still.
Cuban's completely out, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't
See,
know.
that's kind of not fun either. Like I feel like you need
He had some random idiot.
you need Cuban involved
guy.
as well. Maybe I'm sure he lost interest as it goes, and like
this trade is how people found out that Mark Cuban doesn't own the Mavs.
Yeah, a lot of people found out that way.
Yeah.
Because when the trade happened, it was like, "What's Mark Cuban doing?" It's like, "Well, he doesn't own the
He's
team."
not doing anything. Yeah, he didn't agree to this.
It is crazy. They went to the NBA Finals like less than 2 years ago.
2024, yeah.
And now
They
they're
went to the finals like 8 months before they traded him.
3-8 and like spiraling.
they do
you
have
Cooper
they
Flag.
do
It
have
is
Cooper
funny though
Flag.
because Luke. It is funny though because they created a Luka monster, in that all of a sudden now he's just in shape.
Yes.
You heard the comment that the players and like staff said that they didn't like playing at home because of the Fire Nico atmosphere that was created. Like they'd rather be on the road. They felt more comfortable.
Well, honestly, I understand that too because it's one guy that you're catching all the heat from him. Like all this negativity is pouring into you and your basketball team because of one guy who fucked it up for everyone. I can totally understand that. Like it's just all your fans hate you.
The
Your
fans
own
can't
fans
chant.
hate you more than anyone.
Yeah, the fans can't chant Fire Nico anymore. They did it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's gone. But now they gotta pick the pieces up.
Next will be sell the team.
Yeah. After they initially didn't want it sold. It was sold against their will.
Yeah.
They had a good owner. What a disaster.
Giants.
We can expand a little bit more on Dable because it was kind of like now.
It changed now because my initial thinking was, all right, Shane's gonna go.
Right.
But now also I've seen some reports from some
Ian O'Connor.
Ian O'Connor. I think he's the athletic guy that does New York stuff.
Met him, nice guy.
And he made a comment this morning, basically saying it's not like confirmed that Shane is gonna stay, because it seemed like they were saying he's gonna. Listen, the Giants are in a weird spot. John Mara has cancer. I think we're in a unique spot in that sense as well, where like our owner is not doing well health wise.
Right.
And I think probably hiring a coach and doing all these things is probably a lot for him to put on his plate right now. But Ian O'Connor's point was that like Shane, they could still reevaluate this when the season's over, just because Shane is going to kind of do the initial like hiring stuff, which I think is crazy because he's a clown, and I actually would argue he was worse than Dable. And the fact that they're keeping him on this thing of like the mayor's statement, and also understand he's got a lot going on, but I think very bitch ass from like the entire organization that he doesn't have to be on someone else in that his whoever should be. They're just not doing media this week. Like Shane's not talking to anyone.
Shane should talk. I understand if Mara's not able to.
But no one from the owner, like conglomerate, whatever you want to call it, from the owner group,
his family,
no one is talking. Like it doesn't have to be him, just anyone. Like no one's
it's crazy.
talking.
Shane's not talking.
That because what's he gonna like? It's just
Explain
crazy.
why you let him go.
Their statement was basically that like essentially just blaming Dable, like we built this young nucleus, and that he hasn't got it figured out. What young nucleus before like this? Basically just Jackson Dart.
I will neighbors.
Like, but again, like it was the no-brainer first-round pick. And again, it was a guy. It's funny because there's on record he wanted a Dunze more. Like a lot of these good picks, he didn't even want the guy. Like he didn't want Dart. That's like documented. Giants people put out this footage. He was basically like, if you like him so much, he checks all your boxes. Like we'll roll the dice for you. Fuck it. He didn't want him. Like he's drafted from 2022 to 2024. He drafted so poorly. Like it's just the reason the team has no nucleus is because of him, and some of the other building block guys like Dexter Lawrence and Andrew Thomas were Gettleman draft picks. Like he really Shane has been so bad at his job. I genuinely Clem put out like the thing of the I called yesterday. I swear to God in the Holy Bible. I made a phone call. I should have my girlfriend record it. I made a phone call to the Giants community relations.
What did you say?
I left a message.
What did the message say?
And I just was I didn't even get freak out and be like, fuck you guys. I literally was like, you're talking to a Giants fan for 31 years. You're talking to a guy who went to his first Giants game before he was 1 year old, and they had to stay in the car with my mother and grandmother, so my dad and father go into the game. I bleed blue, and I'll bleed blue for the Giant blue for the rest of my life. I was like, this is a disgrace what you're doing. And I literally just kind of listed all the things. I was like, Shane is drafted horribly. I was like, Dable had to go. Good call. But Shane not going is a disgrace and a slap in the face to all the Giants fans around the planet who love this team and bleed the blue of this team just like I do. And you're just basically accepting how horrible you're just going through the motions. You're just telling Giants fans like this is good enough for us. We accept just dog shit, mediocrity, bad football, and just because the guy you fired found a quarterback finally, you're going to just keep the other guy who didn't want him and has missed on Banks, Evan Neal, and not just missed on guys, whiffed to points first-round picks that are not NFL football players. That bad of misses. It's just unfathomable that he would stay. So Ian O'Connor gave me a little bit of hope again this month. That I was okay. If Shane gets fired at the end of the year, I'll be okay. You did the right thing. You cleaned house.
Why not fire him now then?
They should. I think
the guy tells me he's not getting fired at the end of the year.
I think there's what O'Connor's point was that I think it was from more in the know.
Yeah.
That I think the health of John Mara had something to do with this. That I think they kind of in a spot where they need someone they're in a tough spot. I think they're in a tough spot with him dealing with that, and also trying to do all this. But I'm hoping that they do clean house because Shane Bowen, also the defensive coordinator, is fucking atrocious.
The other
god awful.
I don't want to
He has to go too.
Health is held, and obviously that comes first. But we're not that far away from the end of the season though. A month and a half from now.
Trust me,
is Mara's health going to be that different? Where the same problems are still going to be there.
I agree. Trust me. They need to get.
I think Shane's
like. Trust me. I'm listening. God bless him. Like his health. Like I hope it all goes well. Like
course.
they as ownership group has ran the team into the ground. Like make no mistake about it. Like the coaches have been bad. The GMs have been bad.
Yeah.
It's their fault. It's the
It hasn't been great for a while.
It is the Maris family. It is their fault.
The Giants were set your watch like consistent.
It is their fault. Yeah. They, as an ownership group, are tanking this franchise. It's their fault. At the end of the day, they're the same way we talk about Woody Johnson, the Jets. Yep. It's a shame because you would have just never even fathomed of saying this like 12 years ago. Wouldn't even fathomed it. So a like pillar franchise in the NFL, like you said, set your watch to consistency, like. Have had their tough years here and there, but like consistently good, like and just well respected and well run.
Yes.
Because the one thing they always do, they treat family. That's the difference between them and like Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson apparently treats everyone like shit. The Mariners, they treat people phenomenally. Human interaction.
Yeah.
They treat people, the players' families and all that, very, very, very well. That in that way, they're good human beings, but they're horrible at running a franchise. And they've been tanking it the last 15 years.
I just want to go into Joe Shane's draft history. 2022, his first one, I'd probably give it a C grade. Like, it wasn't awful, but it's not, like, you still whiffed on Evan Neal. Like,
Thibodeau's been, like, fine. Like, but even, like, whatever. Wendell's been, like, okay.
Bellinger, fine. Mikey McFadden,
Izuda,
fine.
big flop. Flott's been, like, okay.
I'd say a C, C minus. I think is more.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
I'm
like
being generous.
But to have number 5 and 7 overall and really got no.
This is the same draft the Jets got Sauce Gardner and.
Yeah, you have
that's
to.
A pretty,
when you have 5 and 7, you gotta come out with something.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm being generous.
I think you're being generous.
I think you whiffed on Neal to the point he's a healthy scratch, and then Thibodeau's like okay. Like
you have 5 and 7, you walked away with. Thibodeau's a fine player, but that's a D.
That's what I'm saying.
Who were the quarterbacks to come out of the 2022 class? Not that we would have, because they thought Jones obviously was.
Yeah, they weren't.
That's where it gets difficult. But just for painstaking, like
other players.
I'll look 1 minute.
Who were the quarterbacks in 2022? Now, don't get me wrong. He should not have.
No quarterback. That was Kenny Pickett. So there was no
okay. He lucked out that way.
Players you could have gotten that are, I'm sure, more valuable than Neal.
So I mean, literally anyone.
It's like a horrible.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but.
I know, but you can't 5 and 7. You can't walk away with that.
Charles Cross, has he been like?
Yeah, he's been really good.
Like that's
nice
Drake
player.
London.
I mean, Kyle Hamilton,
Olave,
Jesus Christ!
Like, look at all these
Garrett
guys.
Wilson.
Oh, Jameson Williams.
That's what I'm saying. Like Garrett Wilson. Like there's guys there. Like,
a ton of guys.
Kyle Hamilton's a nice player.
I just said Kyle Hamilton's
Probably wouldn't have taken a safety at 7, but like either way,
and the other guys wouldn't have taken 5 and 7, but like it's more of those guys right after, like a Charles Cross, the guys like that are good.
And then we can.
And I mean, even Carolina knew like they took Aquanu over when a lot of people like weren't doing that.
His 2023 one is just F.
Banks is
Jalen Hyatt,
a
John Michael
disaster.
Schmitz. Like this, there's zero NFL players.
Banks,
here.
truly, other opposing offenses lick their chops at seeing Deontay Banks.
This is F.
Like Banks.
To be fair though, you only had the 24. Like you didn't have a great situation there. I'm
No,
not.
it's not.
They took a guy who shouldn't even be on like a
did
roster.
well. That was the year Jones won the playoff game.
Yeah, I'm not defending the draft. I'm just saying.
Hyatt whiff
He has
of the millennium.
34 catches.
Hyatt whiff of the millennium. Eric Gray, a complete non-factor.
It's an F draft, but it's
like
just,
even John Michael Schmitz is our starting center. He's like
bad.
Oh yeah, he's like not good
bad,
really.
just
He's
saying.
really not good.
And then like 2024, like okay, Malik Neighbors, like you hit on
You hit
that.
one.
Congrats,
And
but,
Theo
like,
Johnson. You hit
Tracy's
two.
a nice player.
Johnson they hit
Tracy,
too.
you know,
Johnson's a good player.
This one's not that bad.
No, honestly, Newbin is weird because Newbin, I think like you'll watch Newbin be good for someone else. He's sucked on. I don't think he's really been good at all.
Yeah.
Newbin's been bad. Early second round pick that's been pretty bad.
But and then this last one is too early, but like Dart, like who we didn't even want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the best of it all. And Carter, I don't give him credit. Like anyone would have taken Abdul Carter.
That was like the slam dunk.
Literally
like,
anyone was taking him.
That's
I
like
don't give
giving
him,
like Ryan Grissom credit for drafting Andrew Luck. It's like
that's
okay,
what I'm saying.
Like, the guy at the top
yeah,
of the
no
board
shit.
everyone wanted.
Exactly. That's why I don't give him credit. Scadaboo. Scadaboo was a good pick. Good pick.
You found a running back in the fourth round and then fifth round the year before. People do that all the time.
It's like when you're having to come to those as like his bright spots, like that's and he's been the GM for years.
Here's the other issue with Shane. So if Shane does stick around, like I think he may, then he picks your next coach.
You're limited the options.
But now, when you fire Shane a year later, what GM is going to want to take a job where you already have a coach you can't fire because he's just a new coach?
Hold on, I'm going to read you.
Put you in a bad spot.
Hold on, I'm going to pull up the. Shout out Bobby Skinner. He does a lot of good Giants stuff. I follow him in a lot of his stuff.
He's really good.
Hold on, I want to pull up a tweet that the sequence of basically our last like 3 regimes, it's literally been to a T. We just do the same thing every time. Hold on, I'm sorry, let me find it.
Got to link it up. You can't have the GM.
He does the exact opposite.
Yeah.
He literally, and he's doing it for, this will be the 3rd time that he's done it, where they've brought in guy together, they fire coach early, GM who was stunk, hires new coach, they're both fired 2 years later. This will be the 3rd time.
Also, let's look at the guys that they interviewed the last cycle, too. They didn't interview. None of these guys are good coaches.
I think Flores is a good coach.
Dan Quinn.
Was a good coordinator.
Good coordinator.
I think Flores. I shouldn't say good coach. I think Flores is an interesting coach. Dan Quinn, and then
Like, there's no star here where you missed out on.
Probably should have hired Flores.
Here, this is the.
I think he still has a lawsuit against the Giants.
Flores.
I could be wrong.
Here, this is the 3rd time that John Maris fired a head coach without the GM being fired. Fired Tom Coughlin for 2015, retained Jerry Roos. Jerry Roos and McAdoo both fired in 2017.
Tough.
He fired Pat Shermer after 2019, kept Dave Gettleman. Gettleman and Judge both fired after 2021. Now he's fired Dable. They are, as of now, retaining Joe Shane.
Right.
Fill in the blank.
Remember, they wanted to
They're going to
keep-
hire a new coach.
Right.
They'll suck. They'll be fired in 2 years. Done.
They
That's-
wanted to keep Joe Judge, but remember how badly he embarrassed them in that Week 17 game with the QB sneaks from Jake Fromm?
Oh, they were Joe Judge era. I mean, the Pat Shermer and Joe Judge eras were really low.
Pat Shermer's a blur. Joe Judge is you remember how bad it was.
God, it was so gross. Just really. Shermer was so forgettable because you didn't really have hope even when they fired. They hired him, you almost try to forget it from your brain because it was so irrelevant.
You had the back end of Eli and then
how
Daniel
bad
Jones
you guys
here.
have been for so long.
Because it's horrible.
You're right. And even going back to when I was a kid, the Giants always were. They always were a respectable. They never were bad.
Polar opposite of the Jets.
They were never bad for that. There were times when they were bad for sure. After they won the Super Bowl, the second one, they had a rough stretch for a while. But then they went to Super Bowl with Kerry Collins.
Yeah, that's what they had. They had good year with Collins, and then they kind of had the one bad year. It worked out well. They draft Eli Manning.
This,
and then they were at least respectable.
This stretch, I guess.
Most of Eli's.
You have to go back to the 70s.
This stat just shows it all.
I know.
The Jets are a better team than the Giants over the last
insane.
10 years.
The Jets are a half game worse.
You have to go back before I was born.
Oh, my bad. Half game worse.
We're the 2 worst teams in the NFL the last decade. I'd imagine a pretty decent margin.
Also, shout out quickly to Elliot Geller. Pittsburgh made the playoffs last year and got bullied by the Ravens.
Did they?
Am I wrong?
I'm sure you're right. I'm sure he's right.
Could be right.
He
I'm
got
sure
blown out
he
in that
is.
playoff game. I forgot who it was.
Was
it the Ravens?
I'm sure he's right. He's absolutely right.
He probably is.
He's right. Yep.
Right. So, okay.
28-14 lost. Yeah.
So there you go.
The Steelers did make it last year.
It was
I
28-0. They
Yeah,
played.
so that's I have memories of sitting there on Wild Card Weekend watching Pittsburgh being like, this team has no.
Well, I brought up 2 other. There was 3. I thought.
Yeah, you're right.
3.
Yeah, that's my point.
They've been
the
blown out in the
Texans,
first round.
Them, the Texans. There's always it is what it is.
Because they had the Mason Rudolph year.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
they played
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Yes.
They got smoked.
Yes.
They played. I remember T.J. Watt had the big early, he scored a touchdown. That was the Hank.
Yeah.
He bet he thought he was bet Watt on defense, and it was his brother, the
Oh, I
fullback.
remember that. I remember that.
And then that was but then they ended up getting blown out that game.
Yeah.
They had a lead and got smoked.
All right, yeah, that kind of covers pretty much everything. You're out the rest of the week?
Yeah.
All right, so then quickly, college football playoff rankings will be out tonight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of still big picture stuff. There's some
They're going to be all the same.
yeah, no real shakeups. There's the thing
outside Louisville's going to drop. Obviously, they lost.
Virginia's going to drop.
Virginia's going to drop. They lost, but they were.
Yeah, the ACC. I don't know what's going on. The team that I like
is now final of 1 bid league.
Talk to me like I'm dumb. The team I like is Utah, and I saw them in playoff projections. Somebody said on December 7th.
They have a chance.
I know. I don't know how. So they lost to BYU and they lost to Texas Tech.
Correct.
How can they they kind of got to win.
Well, they could win the Big 12.
How can they get that? They need BYU and Texas. They already have 2 losses. They need BYU or Texas Tech to lose 3 to drop. One of the 2 to drop. You get what I'm saying? And you still have Cincy in there. I know Utah beat Cincy. There's also another team in the mix.
Well, Cincy plays BYU as well. So Cincy could help them.
Cincy could help.
If Cincy beats BYU, that could, because then they're in one of those I beat you, you beat me. We you know what I mean? One of those where they all could have 2.
So here,
where this guy beat this guy, this guy beat this guy, this guy beat this guy.
You also have Houston at 5-2.
Yeah, they're still alive.
There's a lot. It's a lot of there's a lot of shit up there.
I think Tech's by far the best team, and I think they will ultimately win it. But I think they're going to win the conference.
That's all.
That's my opinion. That's what I think.
Have we figured out, I know you don't talk about it, if you lose to Michigan, have we figured out the world rankings or tiebreaker that it could be Indiana, Oregon in a rematch in the Big Ten championship? How does that work?
Honestly, it would be Michigan, I think.
Michigan has 2 losses. Oregon would only have 1.
Yeah, but only one's in conference. They lost to Oklahoma.
Oh, you're right. Wait, so you think it would be Michigan, not Oregon?
Because if they didn't lose again and they beat us, we both have 1 loss and they would have beat us head up.
But what about Oregon? Oregon still only would have 1 conference loss.
I guess it'd be a tiebreaker between Michigan and them probably.
All right. Because it's weird. I think there's a world where Ohio State is definitely in the playoff.
We're definitely in the playoff.
But possibly not in that conference championship.
Well, I mean, only if we lost.
Only if you lost to Michigan.
We lost to Michigan.
I don't even think DraftKings is offering odds on Ohio State missing the playoff. That's how much of
Yeah, no, they're in.
We're not missing the playoff.
They're in, and I think Indiana's in.
Like
also.
they could lose 70-0 to Michigan. And
But this is again where it gets a lot of Big Cat has had this. We talk about it on Pick'em all the time in the college football show. It makes these games so Notre Dame Pitt.
It's a big one.
Years ago, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. Like now, it matters.
Also, it really pissed me off. Did you see what Narduzzi said?
So it's not an ACC game, so it doesn't matter.
One of the craziest. I didn't know this happened. We did Unnecessary Roughness live last night. We do a Monday live show, and they read it. My brain was in a pretzel for 3 minutes. He went on record in a press conference saying the game doesn't you could lose by 100. It doesn't matter. What a ridiculous thing to say. And the reason
they're on site. There are certain programs on site there also. No free ads, but there's certain programs that are going to Pitt this week too.
I don't know.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I know it.
Absolutely not. It is not an ACC game. I'm glad you brought that up. It's not an ACC game. I gladly get beat 103 or 110 to 10 in that game. They can put 100 up on us as long as we win the next 2 after that. But again, our focus is on Notre Dame and.
Yeah, you sound really focused.
That's bizarre.
You sound focused on him, Coach. You said you could lose 110 to 10. You wouldn't care as long
that's bizarre.
As long as he wins the next 2.
But the thing that I feel like he's missing, and listen, maybe I guess you could say the same either way, but I think if they beat Notre Dame and then won the last 2 and made the conference title game, if they lost a close conference title game, I feel like there's a little sliver that maybe they'd still get an at-large. It's unlikely, but it's likely enough. Even a 1% chance is enough to not say some dumbass shit.
Okay, let me just walk through this because I don't know. But let's say they lose to Notre Dame, they get blown out.
Sure.
They win the next 2.
Correct.
What does that mean?
The ACC is
they'd be in the ACC title game, I believe.
The ACC is a mess right now.
So then, does it?
The ACC.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
But you can't publicly say that.
I know.
Can't publicly
say
no.
that?
Listen,
I understand.
There's a sliver of him.
But my point is that I think it's like I said, unlikely because they'd have 3 losses. But again,
right.
The loss I'm talking about would be a conference title game loss, which I think is weighed differently because everyone else is sitting on the couch not playing.
It's not fair.
And you're playing a conference championship game.
Here are the odds presented by DraftKings. They are currently plus 800 to make the playoff.
Because they could win the conference. If they win the conference, they'd automatically be.
The ACC is a
especially
shit
where
show.
they're at. Because if they win, they're ranked 24 right now. They were before last week. So they're probably going to be maybe a hair higher. They're going to be in the early 20s. So that's why my thing, Clemmer, is that if they beat Notre Dame, that's a massive win. That's a top 10 win. That would vault them up the rankings. And then if they won the 2 ACC games, and they went 10-2 in the regular season with a win over Notre Dame, and I think they might have beat Louisville too, or did they blow the game?
I think they did. You ready for
Louisville, who also was a ranked team? Let's see if they're still ranked after last week. But my point being, there's that little bit of chance that they could win those 3, lose a close conference title game, and it was maybe they still get in, or they lost to Louisville. So again, they lost to West Virginia.
But they could still beat Georgia Tech.
That's what I'm saying. They'd get wins over Georgia. They'd have 2 big ranked wins. There's a world where maybe they could
and Miami. They could still get a win over Miami. So sorry, just so you know, the ACC. There's a chance the ACC does not get an automatic bid. That's how much of a shit show it is right now.
Okay.
The standings, ready?
Because
Georgia Tech 5-1, Virginia 5-1. If you can believe this, Virginia lost. Virginia really has 2 losses. One of them to NC State in their conference. It was not a conference game.
Okay.
That's how fucking
do this
wild.
weird shit.
It's
where it
bizarre.
doesn't count.
Georgia Tech, Virginia, Pitt, all 5-1. SMU 5-1. Duke 4-1. Louisville 4-2. Miami 3-2. It's fucking wild.
And Duke is the
fucking nuts. And for a while, none of those teams played each other. Like Georgia Tech, if you look, so who's the other ones I said?
Well, no, but Duke is the wrench in everything because they have 4 fucking losses, but 3 of them are out of conference. So they could fuck around, and honestly, the crazy thing is they're talented enough. It's not like the craziest thing ever that they could win the They could have a team that's 4 fucking losses, in the season,
So,
or 8-14 win the conference. But then they could be ranked lower than South Florida, for example, who's because it's the 4
Group of
highest
5
ranked,
champ.
It's the 4 highest ranked champions. So the AAC champ could be ranked higher than the ACC champ.
Let's spin the argument for a second. I'm not defending this coach because it's asinine to say publicly. You're right. But is this more an issue with the system that these games kind of maybe don't matter that much and less an issue with this coach kind of publicly saying?
No, it's the position that they're in because he's taking the stance that, like, we have no way of getting in outside of winning the conference. That's what he's saying.
Which is right. But again, I think you're just opening yourself up to problems saying
I don't think it's 100% right.
Oh, that's accurate.
I think it's like 90% right. But I think there's like enough.
Either way, he shouldn't have said it.
It's also crazy, like, especially football, where these guys are kind of putting their bodies on the line. And like, oh, this game doesn't matter. Like, well, I don't know, man.
It's also a chance.
These kids are out there,
It's at Pitt, right?
It's a game,
at Pitt.
It's a home game, a top 25 matchup that you're telling your players, unless he's doing a full ruse where he's saying this and then he's coming to his team and he's like, I'm full of shit. Like, this game means fucking
weird thing to, like, what's the benefit?
My brain,
unless he's rope-a-doping them. But again, he's going to he's got to answer these questions. Hey, coach, you said this didn't matter. Like, you got boosters, you got alumni.
Yeah.
He probably does his coach's radio show. The other thing, again, like, there's a lot of buzz right now of the Pitt Notre Dame game. Let's just say that. Like, and it's Notre Dame. Like, you whatever. They got people going to that game at Pittsburgh. Like, it's there.
So let's talk gambling for a second. The spread's 11.5. Does that make you guys
took Notre Dame.
more likely to take Notre Dame?
I would take Notre Dame.
It definitely,
unless he's doing a rope-a-dope.
Because honestly, I literally,
Notre Dame's defense.
Is he going to pull players in the fourth quarter if it doesn't matter?
No, I don't think it's going to go.
Where does this go?
I don't think it goes to that extent. But like I kind of liked Pitt, and then I heard that, and I was like, I would never bet Pitt with and it's funny because Narduzzi's been kind of like, he's weird because he's had like he's been known as kind of like a little bit of a roller coaster, like good coach, kind of a bad coach. I don't know. I just could not believe that he would say that, and even taking emotion, I understand what he was saying in the sense that like, he would trade a Notre Dame loss for 2 guaranteed ACC wins. And that would put him in the conference championship game most likely, which is a great spot to be in because then you're 1 game away from if the spot they'd be in, they'd get in the playoff. You're punching his ticket to a playoff.
Well, like there is truth to what he's saying because Dan spotted it last week.
He's right.
Dan took
he's
UConn.
Probably right.
Dan took UConn last week.
I did too.
If you can make sense of this, it's not a competition. If you can,
the line went down like 3 points too. It's crazy.
I know. If you can, that's why he's smart with this. So his rationale, and Ev's the same way. He's a very smart gambler. If you can make sense of this, there's these weird out of conference games sometimes late in the season.
Yeah.
That really don't mean dick. Like you see it a lot with the SEC. You know, they play the slapdick FCS teams like they don't care. They're playing next week. It's whatever. But they just got to win. Duke is alive in the ACC championship race. Weirdly, they're playing fucking UConn, going to UConn. Like, who gives a shit? Like, in places they don't say publicly, Duke was like, we're going to play. Obviously, we're not, you don't take a dive. You're not letting your players get hurt, but like, we don't care. Let's everybody get out of this healthy. Like, whatever. Doesn't matter. Because we can only win the conference race. And winning a conference championship means more. So, it is what it is.
You're saying people don't care about going to UConn? You tell it to Mutt.
Yeah.
You might have to, get some words.
No, but that's the point. That's
Clemmer,
that's the point. And that was UConn's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right. And they're over there like, we don't give a fuck.
They're 7-2 now. Yeah, exactly.
And the crazy thing is, UConn.
Crazy, UConn's 7-2.
UConn's let a couple games slip away. They really they blew a shot where they could have been the at-large playoff team. They really fucked it up. Like them losing to Syracuse in a game, they were up big in the fourth quarter, losing OT, and then the Delaware game, they fumbled it too. If they had won those 2 games, they really could have been the at-large playoff spot. I genuinely believe that. It's not far-fetched. They let 2 games that they had in the bag just completely.
Yeah, but what isn't UConn independent?
Yes, but they still could have been. They're like Notre Dame. They could have counted they could have been like they could have been like a non-power 4. Yeah.
But wouldn't Notre Dame be a non-power 4 ranked?
It's different.
And then they would take their spot.
I think it's different. I think they consider them. I think they consider them differently. At least my understanding of it was.
It gets hairy.
I think you want college football UConn? You got Smut.
I know.
He's locked on.
But there's a lot. Yeah, I think you got
Fignano.
You got 3 really good ones: Bama, Oklahoma, Georgia, Texas this week. I still am holding the cards on, and I got no rooting interest. But like Texas is very alive.
They got to win one of these games.
Got to win one of the 2.
At least one.
I think more so. I feel like they got to beat A&M. Because A&M could be 2 in the country.
A&M would probably do that.
But Georgia's no slouch. They're fucking 5 in the country. So it's like, you're right. They got to win one of the 2.
They got to win one.
Did Arch like turn?
Well, no. I actually.
A&M would help them more.
I'm gonna say this.
A&M would help them.
A&M would help them more because of Notre Dame with the straight comparison.
Yes.
That's where it gets to. But yeah, Georgia. If they beat Georgia, it's a great win too. So.
Is Arch like getting better?
He's playing better than he was.
Is, right?
He's definitely playing better.
Yeah, they're alive.
I do think there was some even in the in the Vandy game, for example. I think this is where too when we evaluate quarterbacks, I think. This is why I really think watching the games is so important because you get lost in the stat sheet and all that. He starts the game, first play of the game, screen, 75-yard touchdown. So in the stat sheet, that's Arch 75-yard touchdown.
Right.
That
kid made an unbelievable.
He threw a fucking screen pass, and the guy made an incredible play. Then they they literally just killed him with screens. So that's a game where I watched that game and I'm he's definitely playing better. He made a really nice touchdown pass where he rolled out, extended the play, found the guy, good play. He's definitely playing better. But I think there's still some he's not just lighting the world on fire now. I watched him get 100, half his yards in that game were from screen passes, maybe more. But he's definitely playing better. And there is a team playing better.
Yeah, Georgia's 6-point favorites in that game.
I like
Georgia.
I like Texas getting points. Honestly, the one I like, and this one I said on the show yesterday because I snagged it. It was the first bet I made of the week. I bet Oklahoma at 7. It's already down to 6.
Really?
The second I saw 7 and I jumped out. I was
What do you like about that? The game's in Oklahoma?
No, it's in Tuscaloosa. This Bama team, they're good and they deserve credit. They're not out here beating the shit. They're going life and death with fucking LSU, with fucking South Carolina the week before or whatever. Oklahoma's a better team than both those teams. They're, in my opinion, significantly better. And I'm not even the biggest Oklahoma guy. But they're better than those teams. I think getting a full touchdown, especially the Oklahoma defense is far better. It'd probably be the best.
I think it's going to be ugly again. The other thing is Bama's not lighting everybody up with offense.
I think it's Oklahoma will be
total 48-50.
Yeah, something like that. Oklahoma will be the best defense they've played so far this year.
So what's the Oklahoma line currently?
I think it's 6 now.
And you got it 7?
Oh boy, Meek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still doing that, huh?
I mean, a lot of people still are.
Yeah. A lot of people your age?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. See, the problem is it's just now hitting
I literally only see him doing it around the office.
It's just now hitting mainstream. I mean, a UFC fighter won last week in literally. I got a notification. Joe Morales does 6-7 celebration.
I mean, an NFL player does their sack celebration.
A ton of guys. Yeah, everyone just touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown did it.
How long do you think you'll be doing it for? You think?
Rest of the season at least.
Probably, yeah. It'll probably die out by the time
Christmas, come back in New Year.
Definitely rest of the season for sure. You'll see.
Is it fun to do?
I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's fun. It's important to have fun.
But yeah, you got a lot of. Does Ole Miss have anything that could trip them up the rest of the way, or is Ole Miss kind of
Lane
sitting
Kiffin
pretty?
coaching interviews with the New York Giants, possibly.
Honestly, the one that I'm telling you is going to be hell for them. They could win it. I'm saying, but
Mississippi State.
Bowl, yeah. I think Mississippi State is good enough.
Who else do they have in between? Who else does Ole Miss have in between?
I don't think anyone crazy.
Because Ole Miss seems like a pretty safe, as long as they get through Mississippi State, that seems like a pretty safe.
No, I think
going to the playoff.
I think they kind of are.
But that's where it gets weird. Texas, they would have, whatever. Then you're equating Texas. So they got Florida and they got Mississippi State.
Florida could be
Florida's tricky.
Easy.
Florida's tricky.
Although they did just get demolished by Kentucky. But you never know. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking, the playoffs really going to come to, I think, as it gets later and shit like that, it's basically going to be the Big Ten SEC challenge, which is weird. The Big Ten's only getting 3 in. SEC, I can see 4 or 5.
Big Ten's not definitely only getting 3 in. There's definitely some openings for some teams.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the one just talking the Michigan stuff. If they beat
I agree. Yeah.
If I don't think it's happening, but if they did. Honestly, the other one, too, is USC. USC's got a lot of life.
I didn't want to close the door on them. I feel like the
door's absolutely not closed on them. Because also, if you look at Oregon's not world beaters. No, that's the game.
Agreed.
If they beat Oregon, they get Iowa this week at home, so
that'd be 2 really
that's a
big
chance
wins.
for a solid win, and then they go to Oregon. But I don't think Oregon's like crazy good. If they beat Oregon, they're a playoff team. And I think Oregon would probably still be like they get 4 in that way. I honestly, you want to know who Washington, them losing to Wisconsin, they had a shot and they
had a shot
because they would have been in the same spot where they would have played Oregon at home last week of the year if they had beat that game, if they had won that game, and they would have had a win over Illinois. Like they started to put together some decent wins. I think if they hadn't blown the Wisconsin game, they would have found themselves in a spot last week of the year like you beat Oregon at home, you're in the playoff.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. So big ones this weekend. All right, tonight I'm gonna take what team people are calling the.
Before we end the picks, I think we have to. Did you guys talk about Lenny Wilkins yesterday?
That's a great call.
Rest in peace to Lenny Wilkins.
R.I.P.
Top
He's out of the
75
job
NBA
running.
player of all time.
He's officially out of job running then.
Yes.
Head coaching record of 1,332 and 1,155.
What,
536 winning percentage.
Third all-time in wins, I believe.
Yeah.
Wait, so he had a losing record? What was his record?
No, winning record.
Winning record 536.
What did you say? Say the record again, Phil?
1,332 wins, 1,155 losses.
Oh yeah, he still lost 1,000 games, and it makes him. It's crazy.
Lenny Wilkins was a name
He
that
could
was,
When you say Lenny Wilkins, you say legendary coach. He lost 1,000 games.
Won a title.
yeah.
I mean, Tony Russo lost thousands
won
of games. Like,
two-
you coach long enough.
Baseball is different.
No, I know, but like these guys, these guys coach
Yeah,
so
right.
long. Think about, especially when we were kids growing up. Lenny Wilkins coached forever.
Yeah, I think Nolan Ryan's like up there in terms of, but
He has the most walks ever.
most wins or most losses. I would imagine.
He's a two-time gold medalist, head coaching.
Nolan Ryan was 270 games, I believe.
Yeah.
He coached the All-Star game in 1979. I
Wait,
mean,
they won the title.
Yeah. So he's a name
Who did he
that's
win the
been
title?
come on the show
Seattle.
a lot.
The only
so
time Seattle Supersonics won was with him.
Rest in peace, Lenny Wilkins.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he's officially
Greatest
out.
coach in Seattle Supersonics history.
We have R.I.P.
Lenny.
Lenny Wilkins in the
George
chat.
Karl's pretty fucking good though too.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you got Lenny won one.
Officially out of job running, so R.I.P. to Lenny. All right, this team's being called one of the high. You got a loaded college basketball slate tonight too, as well. Triple header for sure.
Keep an eye on Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky Louisville's gonna get chippy.
I love that. I just love a rivalry game this early like that.
Chippy as shit.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but I like that you used to be able to set your watch to it the Saturday after Christmas. I did like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did like that.
I like it coming early.
That's what it was for you.
Sooner rather than later.
High Point. I'm going to take their team total over 87.5. This is a team, they lost their coach. He went to Creighton, the Huskers. I feel like they promoted an assistant or associate coach. They got a lot of talent. I watched them last year. They're running gun. High Point over 87.5 is my only pick tonight. Clemmer, what do you got? King of the Court, too.
Yeah,
Let me take a look at that, actually.
I'm on Kentucky plus 3.5. I'm on Oklahoma City Thunder minus 7.5. They're playing the Warriors, who Curry missed a couple games. They haven't looked. The Warriors about to go on the road for a long time too. And I'm on my King of the Court, Lauri Markkanen. I took his 27 plus points. It's minus 104 on that. And I took him as King of the Court.
Ev.
I got Maction tonight. I love Western Michigan. It's my favorite pick of the day. Also on Kent State with the points. In college basketball, I actually might be in Kentucky as well. I'll get just give me Western Michigan though, and Kent for now. We're riding Maction. We got Maction.
I might take.
I can't hear you, Meek.
Do you have a King of the Court?
Oh, my bad. I will do that
If I
actually.
could have mine, I could just
Who's
say
yours?
mine.
Go ahead.
Karl Anthony Towns, 40-plus points, rebounds, assists. He's my pick for King of the Court versus a lowly Grizzlies team whose star players quit on their team. So give me Karl Anthony Towns as my
Aren't you
king.
worried they pull him early though? They get off to a big lead.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I guess
Well,
not.
you got to get a
All
big lead somehow. But what if
right.
he
Guess so.
is?
It's true. It's true.
What if he is the main guy?
A guy that jumps out again, like knowing not much about it. Scotty Barnes puts up
I just had-
19.9,
I just had the same
4.9 assists, and 7 rebounds
You guys should both take Scotty Barnes.
on a team that's they're laying 10.5 on the road against a bad Nets team with a
That's
pretty
an awful Nets team.
with a pretty high total of 232. Like, you're looking for a massive payout.
I am too. Because listen, I'm not.
I mean, everybody could take Jokic. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I'm not looking for a $50
I said
bonus
that cat
bet.
may be kind of chalk.
I just want to win.
I don't want to just win. Getting a $50 bonus bet doesn't.
You win or you lose.
Well, no.
Yeah.
We're about a month.
No,
into the
but
season.
I'd rather roll the dice for like $1,000 one than like take chalk and you get a $47 bonus bet. Like, congrats, man.
Dude, there's 3 teams in the East right now with 1 win.
You really would rather that than like just roll the dice on like someone that could like.
Yeah, I'll take Scotty.
I won one where I got like $38 something, but still $38 is.
The problem
the
is
alternative is nothing because that was the right pick.
The problem is Jokic is going to go fucking berserk.
And, like-
so, like that's.
Or SGA.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't take a guy like that because it's
Or
no fun.
Curry.
Because you don't really win it. You don't really like. I want to like win.
So where is it? Scotty Barnes. Let's find Scotty.
His would be good. His PRA is only like in the low 30s.
I was looking at that game. I didn't hate RJ's props tonight either.
I thought about that, so I immediately went to that.
I just worry once again with them too. They'll pull the starters early because
Scotty Barnes,
the Nets
20
are
plus.
so bad.
But are they good enough to just blow out the Nets by 40? Like the Pistons played a close game.
Spread's
versus them.
10.5 for a reason.
But he's saying like you're not pulling starters unless they're up like 25 plus.
I know,
Yes,
but that could happen in that game. Like
Scotty
that
Barnes.
is a possibility of happening.
It could happen in every game.
Scotty Barnes.
But what's more likely, against the Nets or against anybody else?
Scotty
The
Barnes.
Nets are so
But
hard.
in the same way you're talking about the line, like I mean, the Thunder are 7.5 point favorite of the Warriors, only a 3-point difference.
True.
Knicks are 10.5 point favorite over the Grizzlies.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Anytime I see the Nets, I always get someone playing the Nets for King of the Court. I get a little nervous because I'm like, what if they just? Because the Nets are just so awful.
You know who I almost would go like someone like a Siakam maybe. Even him, I don't think would get you that much. I feel like
I feel like he wouldn't get there.
he get you maybe like a. It's really funny that he said that Bosco said Scotty Barnes because that was like the first like
I should roll Scott.
that was the
I
first.
just
like,
took him.
obscure
20 plus
name.
points, plus 107.
Yeah, I'll do Scotty Barnes.
It'd
Fuck it.
be
That'll be my king of the court.
Barnes brothers.
He's
That'll
not
be
a great. He's not a great interview, but he might be king of the court.
Can he get us like a triple double tonight? Can he get us like a 30-point triple double?
And
Holy
bench
teeth.
Bob Alumba has been killing it. I mean, Cade Cunningham last night, he had like 40-something points on like
Pistons are-
40-something shots.
Last night he missed 31 shots last night.
If he had shot
Did you see
100%
that?
from the field, he would have had 119 points.
He went like I think it was 14 for 45 from the field.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, no, it is.
Hysterical.
You
stat
Knicks
line.
fans should be very scared of the Pistons.
Not really.
Very scared. Okay.
No, we shouldn't.
You should be.
Scared?
Yeah, scared.
Why?
Because they're your biggest threat.
How they're the
In the East.
Are
They
what?
are currently the 1 seed.
They've been phenomenal this year. And they're a young team getting better. I don't know.
They were alive in that series last year, too.
The Cavs are without question our biggest threat in the East.
That's fair.
The Cavs are definitely far better.
That's fair. I like the Pistons a lot.
I don't hate the Pistons. I just don't think they're our biggest threat.
I also
fair.
suggested it.
I also just think they're like the same team they were last year, kind of.
I think they're
Like if Cade got like.
those guys.
Cade needs another star.
That's what I'm saying. They just haven't.
Guys
They just
keep
haven't.
rising though. Like
But
they're
he-
getting
but
older.
if
They're
he's-
getting
but it-
better. We saw
but
them
it-
make a jump last year.
But you need another coach.
But they don't have
Cade
like
can't do it
another
himself.
guy. Yeah, they don't have another go-to guy. Like that's gonna be a problem.
It's
for them.
early, but
They could get some
9-2 is
pieces
a nice
at the
start.
deadline,
Young
maybe.
team.
We'll see.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting. All right. Me and Clemmer the rest of the week. Internet invitation was out yesterday.
Bosco Industries.
Yep. Sanitation, 2 absolute fucking characters. Guy says he talks to customers.
You wanna-
All he did was scream at them on the phone.
You have a new show you want to promote too? You and Jerry?
That's down the road.
Oh.
That's down.
I got playing fights in Madden today at 3:00. People.
Yeah. All right. Yak's rocking now. We'll catch you tomorrow.